darkest feeling deepest. Noble enough to see the world. Map to find the key once lost. To save the many strengthened.
And welcome back, everyone, to Followers of Mayhem. In the last episode, what a cliffhanger, huh? We found out that Kagura is the prince. And his real name might not be Kagura, is it?
I actually wouldn't know. I kind of already went in.
Just Kagura then, but his last name is definitely changed.
You
From
lied to us.
Hayashi to Noir. Dun dun dun. So,
You
when he
lied to
last
us.
left everyone off,
Liar.
they were all... And the... Oh! Yes, hello, Becca. And let me just fix the music because it's doing that thing again. Okay. So, as you all watch Kagura say this to the ironclad figure in front of you, you watch as a third figure begins to approach the group. This figure looks to be a regular guard, and as he approaches, you realize the other two had not moved an inch. And he says,
Dennis is like, "What?" Complete with finger pointing at Kagura.
so, wait a second, guys.
Mhm.
I'm not done. I will let you have your reactions in a second, okay?
Okay.
The guard glances to Kagura and then says, "Can I see that?" Do you give it over?
Are you talking about the signet ring?
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
Alright, and now everyone may make their reactions.
Dennis is like, "What?" I'm pointing at Kagura like, "What the heck?"
Grisura promptly covers Dennis's mouth and hisses, "Shush!"
Fiona smirks and says, "Fucking called it."
And Alex is just kind of standing there like he's looking at the ground and like as if he's processing this, and then then he slaps his forehead like, "That's why they wanted to talk to you. Those two guys from Shady Sands. That's why."
Grisura then looks to Alex and glares, "Shush!
Sorry. It's just, I mean,
Shush!
how can I not? How can you
Well-
not?
We're not out of the woods yet."
I cast silence on everyone except Kagura.
The guard goes to talk and then looks towards you and narrows
Okay,
his
everyone
eyes.
except Kagura and the guards.
Okay. That's a little bit.
Girl's not even trying to talk. She's just standing there.
Silence is a
rubbing her arm.
point in range with the radius.
Yeah, so just point and range in radius that covers everyone except the guards.
Okay, so Ella, what are you doing?
She's just thinking as she looks around, noticing the nobles aren't here, and she goes a little uncomfortable.
Okay. So, the guard looks for the ring and then hands it back to Kagura and says, "Please follow me." And he briefly taps the two figures on the beside him and he says, "Confirmed guests, let them pass." And as he steps away, you watch the two figures lower their weapons. And, Fiona, and Allah. As you pass, you look and peer into their armor, and you realize it's completely empty.
Neat little trick.
Yeah, we've had to up security since, he gives, Kagura a brief look and he says, since our crown prince went missing and we had some problems with the main city. Do you all follow inside?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone not
Yep.
following?
Alar's falling, but she's gonna stay close, clump with the group as trying to hide herself a little bit.
Okay.
Gazera,
Yana's falling, but she's being careful not to stand out too much.
Alright. So,
Gazera's following, and she's staying close.
now you're all on
Everybody
the top
doesn't like
left.
this.
She gonna sticking close to Rura because she knows she isn't really enjoying this moment.
So,
Nope.
the guard, this one, sorry, leads you into this large, expansive room with this small area overlooking just through this door here. The only door that's not blocked. This expansive room with this small up area that overlooks all the tables and chairs. It's expensively decorated and lavish, and as you look towards the walls, you can see a painting of Kagura and a painting of two yokai with white hair, one with white hair and red eyes, like Kagura, and then a third picture of a little girl. And this is most likely his sister.
How pretentious is the pose Kagura is in the painting?
This is important.
Well, Kagura,
He look. It's not really any different from what you've come to expect of him. He looks reluctant. He looks reluctant and restless.
so
Looks like 3 characters are being left behind.
do you all enter the room?
Either that or
Yep.
Ninja is lagging.
Okay.
I know I am.
Slight lag, but also that Rua really is uncomfortable and doesn't really want to be in here. So she's
So-
slowly walking.
Yeah, like my computer's connection is kind of weird. So if Fiona not moving forward with the group, that's why.
Okay.
Kagura sees the reluctant. Kagura sees Rura's reluctance, and he simply asks, "Can you promise me that my companions will not be harmed? I'll take full responsibility for their actions."
I assure you, your companions will not be harmed. In fact, we are just retrieving their reward for your safe return as we speak.
Oh.
And he
That's a
gives
greedy laugh.
he gives a bow and he says, "Please wait here while I go and retrieve it." And
It's more like he might have out of character, but it's more like he might have the wrong idea about what we're here for. Laugh.
and you watch him head upstairs, likely to retrieve the reward. You're left alone to the room. Do you sit down?
Yeah, Alex sits down.
There's a lot of. Okay, so left alone in this room, you say?
Yep.
So yeah, Alex sits down and he looks at Kagura and he says, "So, we going to address the white elephant in the room, or?"
White elephant, it's multicolored and flashing.
Gilded. Goddamn gilded elephant.
I believe even the proper phrase you're looking for is the white fox in the room. And yes, if you have any questions, I'll answer them.
Oh, I've got plenty of questions, but I just want to ask this first and foremost. Why?
Why what? Be specific.
I mean, why any of this. I guess. I mean, look, I get it. Being royalty and all, you don't want to tell everyone you run into. I get that, but I mean, just like what? I'm sorry, my head's just swimming at this point because it's
I
hard
think
to-
he's trying to ask, why didn't you say anything?
Because
What?
probably because I imagine he was hoping like hell it wouldn't come up.
Yes, but we're a
Well-
party, aren't we?
Let me think. Let me put it this way: if I had told you straight up that I was the crown prince, what would you have done?
I
well,
would have
mean,
thought you. Gazura says. I would
I
have
would
thought.
I would
Guys,
I would've
guys,
thought-
guys, guys.
Rizura first.
Thank
One
you.
at a
Rizura,
ti-
then
one-
out,
one
guys.
answer at a time.
Guys, enough.
Holy shit.
Okay. Rizura, then Alex, then Vienna. Go.
I would have honestly thought you were crazy. Okay,
Alex.
I would have thought you were lying to me.
Vienna.
I'd have thought you were trying to pull some kind of scam.
Okay.
Dennis is tinkering with something.
No, you are not. Not in here. We are not burning down the world.
Dennis, Dennis, before you tempt fate and blow something up, remember that I taking personal responsibility for your actions here.
in other words, don't tinker, don't practice your spells, don't touch anything, and for the gods' sakes, don't talk.
He slowly puts his stuff away.
Tap, tap, tap.
Good boy.
You watch as the man returns and then places a large sack of coin on the table. If you were to count out the exact pieces, you would find it contains 500 gold. He then
Alright.
bows and says, "Thank you for your assistance in returning our prince." And he approaches Kagura and says, and he slowly scooches there, and I know he's technically in the wall, but he slowly scooches past you two, and then he, not pushing you, but he's, trying to get space so he can approach. And
Gazura,
I'm not
Go ahead.
done. And he looks to Kagura and he says, "Follow us, Prince Kagura, and we shall escort you to your family. Your friends will wait here." Kagura, you would know that this is pretty normal, and the queen and king wouldn't meet anyone without first talking to you. In case of kidnappers.
Very well.
So,
I mean, I imagine a few more levels would probably be capable of that, but now?
he leads you out of the room, and I'm just gonna move your token with his. Okay?
Okay.
Right ahead. Go ahead.
Wait.
Okay, real
Wait.
quick, as soon as that happens,
Wait. Okay. And then he leads you up the stairs. Now, what were you going to say?
Fiona
Fiona said something about as soon as. So, what were you going to say?
As soon as they leave, Fiona just casually looks around, casually just glances around on the room to see if there's a minibar they can raid.
There is. Okay. So, back to the Kagura and the guard, because I know you're waiting. I haven't forgotten, Grizera. So, you are led... Hold on. That's the wrong layout. Give me a second. Okay. You are led up the stairs. And that's south of you, Kagura. You watch the guards slowly open the bars there. And then you're led once more upstairs. And you see... Hold on a moment. And you see this. And, I'm just going to do this, and you're not to say anything, okay? Okay, so that's what you see.
I need to. Oh, there.
Oh, sorry. Let me give you a bit longer then while you do that.
I'm trying to get my bearings on the map here. Like you're changing
Yep.
the map like.
Sorry.
Okay,
That's why I changed it back. Let me know once you've gotten a glimpse of the area.
All I'm seeing is black.
It's down. It's the right side. If you scroll down, it should be visible.
You can shift click and it'll drag him there. His
I know.
view.
I did. Right. Hold on a second. I'm sorry. Technical issue. I forgot to put Kaga's token there. My bad. You'll see now. Can you see?
Yeah, I can see.
Alright.
Only question now is what am I seeing?
Okay, so that's all I wanted to do. And, yeah. So, I'm going to move your token down just so you can see what everyone else is doing. But you're not there, okay? You're not there.
Funny.
Now, Grizura, you may speak.
As I was going to say, I don't think we should have taken that gold.
Well, leave it separate for now. We might be giving it back.
Exactly.
It might be.
I didn't look to Alex. It's probably a good idea you don't mention your patron in this place.
It's probably a good idea you don't mention it either. Let's just not bring it up at all.
Exactly.
But yeah, Alex just whispers back, "You think I would? I'm not that stupid."
Just being cautious. And then I looked
This might be dumb enough.
and then I looked at Dennis. And you don't say a word since
About anything.
Exactly. Just pretend you're mute, okay?
You hear the sounds of footsteps approaching once more. And the guard steps in the door. Thank you for your patience in this endeavor. We will escort you to the exit. We have given you 1 day's stay in the inn for free, while Prince Kagura talks things out with his family.
Well, wait, hold on. And like Alex stands up, is like, it takes a whole day to talk to your parents? Like, I don't know how it is for royals, but it usually takes me like maybe half an hour at best.
I'm pretty sure they have a lot to discuss. Stuff that we're not obliged to listen in on.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
If you are
I'm
all
sorry,
ready,
sir.
we will escort you to the exit. We have much
Right.
work to do, and we can't sit here watching you all the time. You must
Right.
understand, this is all just formality. You have been given
Right,
this day for the night.
Right, I'm sorry, sir, for my outburst. It's just I'm a bit overwhelmed at the moment.
Please follow me to the
Yes.
exit. And he turns rather stiffly and begins to head for the exit. Do you all follow?
Yep.
Mhm.
Vienna actually seems weirdly at ease with all of this.
I wait for Rura and walk out with her, being like a protective big sister.
She gonna close to her too.
Okay.
Oh, I get too sweet. She just doesn't like being in big houses like this. Not really good experience being in big places
So,
with like fancy stuff like this.
you all are escorted out, and the guard, helps you to the exit, and then he says, "Have a lovely day," and then he heads back
Oh.
towards his post.
Oh, excuse me, sir?
He's gone.
Yeah, that was a bit too much to hope for, I guess.
By the way, she gonna wearing a shirt ever since they entered the city where it snowed before.
Right. So, you're all outside. You have been given a night to stay at the inn. And that's a bit too creepy for this, so I'll move this to a different song.
Where is the inn?
Change the color. The inn is the Old Field Inn, just straight north of you.
Right next to the shrine.
Yep.
Okay.
River kind of lets out a breath of relief of finally being out of the castle, and then she kind of glares to the ground and says, "He lied to us."
He withheld some information. He didn't lie to us.
Well, that's called lying by omission.
And would you? And have you told everyone? Have you told everyone there is to know about your personal life?
Well, not everything, no. Because it's stuff that I imagine none of you would want to hear.
Well then.
So,
He still left his sister behind, though. River kind of thinks back to the picture that they saw in there.
There's
in a
probably
heavily fortified castle with thousands upon thousands of trained guards, I imagine.
there's
But
probably
he left. If he left, what could have happened to his sister here by herself? There's a reason why he left, right? What's to say that the reason why he left ended up being on his sister?
So, you
I
all
doubt
head.
it's his.
Do you all head to the inn?
Yeah.
So,
Pretty much.
you all step in. There's a couple of people at the bar. A couple of yokai, a couple of elves, maybe a dwarf. And you notice one odd figure at the bar with a lot of pouches along his chest and this rather messy but curled back hair. Just quietly drinking at the bar. Regardless, the barmaid, upon seeing you, waves from the counter and says, "Ah yes, you must be those adventurers. Thank you so much for bringing back our prince. The room is free for tonight, and I'll let you have the discount price. For your entire stay here. Thank you so much."
Oh, well, thank you very much, ma'am. It's the least we can do, I suppose. I mean, we're all still a bit confused by the whole endeavor, but we'll be all right.
We just need some time to take it all in.
River kind of glares to the ground and mumbles, "It's not where we came here, though."
I look to Rura. We'll discuss that in private.
So,
But yeah,
She kind of
last
just
thing-
grumbles a little, and then she just kind of heads outside. "I want some air. Sorry."
She actually follows her out just to be sure that she's not going to be alone.
So, Kagura, you heard them be thanked for returning the prince. What do you do?
I guess I guess at some point I feel I need to clarify. To clarify, they weren't necessarily really returning me. We simply
No, let me rephrase. Sorry, Cooper. You've just heard that they returned the prince. And you know for a fact that the prince won't be exiting the castle again.
Alright then, I'll glance over them. I'll glance over them, and as soon as I see them, I raise up from my seat and approach, saying, "Ah, so you're the little band of misfits he ended up traveling with, huh?"
Who are you?
Ah, how rude of me. So Rai Koopa, at your service. I'm an old friend of Kagura's from the Rogues Guild.
The prince was allowed to join a guild of rogues.
Unofficially, yes. It's it was his and the boss's little secret.
I'd imagine there was a lot of secrets.
Well,
So-
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm being very rude. And Alex holds out his hand and he says, "My name's Alex. It's nice to meet you."
likewise. I've been wanting to know what kind of I've been wanting to know the crowd he's been hanging out with these past few weeks.
Well, as you can tell, we're not really much to look at.
Oh, not true. Just the fact that Kagura was willing to give you guys the light of day. Hey, it means he must have seen something in you.
Apparently, he didn't see enough of that to tell us who he really was.
Don't hold it against him. He's not really too happy with his lot in life either.
Well, what I mean is, we had two options: come here or go to another town.
Prosh,
If-
right?
Yes.
And Alex is like giving him a look, and it's like, how much do you know?
Grisura's wondering the same thing.
Kagura. Kagura's been keeping in touch with the boss all this time. There's nothing about him and his little adventure that I don't know.
So I'm guessing you're either the right-hand man of the boss, or you're the boss himself.
No,
Or some-
I'm,
Or some.
I'm flattered you think of me that way, but no, I'm not. I'm nowhere near in charge of the guild.
Some sort of information broker, then.
So, something like that. Although, honestly, if we rogues are good at anything, it's trading.
So, I'm sorry. I'm still processing. I'm getting better at processing this. I shouldn't make this excuse all the time, but it's just
No, I know it's not every day. It's not every day. Hey, you find out one of your traveling buddies is the crown prince of an entire island.
yeah. And
Turns out,
Yeah.
Guys?
royalty all Who'd have thunk
Vienna, then Grisura.
it? Turns out we've been traveling with basically royalty all this time. Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah, we're still trying to figure all this out. I don't suppose this place has any Hellfire Ale, does it?
Oh, does it have Hellfire Ale? Well, are you kidding me, sweetheart? That's the special here.
Well, then you're gonna run out of the special. And I go past and I order, give me a keg of Hellfire.
Please.
And from that sound,
She looks at you and she just says, "Sure." And she places it down and says, "That'll cost you gold, and let me know if you need us to drag you to your room later."
Wow.
I hand her the gold and I start drinking the keg.
Okay. So,
Oh my
I don't-
god.
And I
Back
don't mean
to-
like
okay.
And I don't mean like drink it one mug at a time. She just takes the
Yeah, I know, you chug it down.
the spigot. No, I mean she takes the barrel and just drinks it right out of the barrel.
Okay. So,
Wow. She hit the ale a lot faster than Kagura made her out to in his letters.
she needs it in a lot of cases.
Tell me, what else has he told you about us?
Oh, let's see. He told me, he said that there was a blue boy who couldn't keep his mouth shut and liked to make things explode.
Yeah, he's the one who's been gagged.
Actually, am I physically gagged?
As of now, you are, yes.
He gives you Rude.
A
Less pleased look.
a drow who's a drow who's rather free spirited for a cleric.
Oh, you got. Yeah, he has no idea.
A
Like,
a
I'd like him to roll. I'd like him to roll an insight check. Like,
Let's just continue. I mean, he can do that after he finishes describing everyone, and or we can just whatever, Kagura.
a wolf man who's pretty chill for a barbarian knows how to keep his anger in check. That one, unlike someone else Kagura mentioned.
Allah?
If Shikon was in the room, inside, he would be flattered to hear that. But he
Allah.
is currently outside with Ruva.
Allah?
What's up?
Do you head inside?
No, I'm walking outside.
Okay. What are you doing outside?
I'm heading down to Nobles district.
Down to the what district?
Nobles.
Okay, you head down to the Nobles district. Give me a second and I'll move you to the other map. Let's see. Allah? One drug full size. Okay. So, what do you do in the Nobles district?
I am going to try to ask for information while trying to do this.
Okay. Alright. So, a lot of the guards look at you a bit puzzled and a bit wary, but the nobles all seem to think you're just absolutely adorable. What are you asking?
I'm asking if there's any uproar in the town recently, or what's the current state of the town.
Okay. Well, you're just gonna love this, dearie, because you see, now be careful out at night because there's been talk of kidnappings and weird creatures. It's actually the reason why the inns are twice as expensive nowadays because, well, if you don't want to get kidnapped, you have to pay for a room.
The kidnap? What's happening with, is there any leads on them?
No, just that they always come out at night and, well, if you're out at night, you're gonna get kidnapped.
That's, that
Well,
makes it,
not kidnapped, more you just vanish, but everyone thinks it's kidnapping.
What do you think it is?
Oh man, I think it's kidnapping.
Oh, thanks. You're such a doll.
Take care, dear. And if you ever want to make an extra coin, the Pleasure House would absolutely love you. And you watch as she laughs and just heads on into the big building marked Pleasure.
Oh dear.
She got a little insulted by that, but she has to be thorough in her searches, so she walks into Pleasure House.
It's exactly what you think of.
And Eliza instantly walks back out ashamed of herself.
Alright, what do you do now?
She just mumbles, like, depressed almost, and like, I should have known, and just heads back inside.
Alright, I will move you back over to the party then. Okay. Rura, are you back yet?
She kind of doesn't want to be, but she figures it's probably best to go inside and check on everybody. So
No.
yeah.
Okay, Shikon approached you.
Oh, that's right.
Shikon, Rura, what are you doing?
Well, Rue just kind of sits outside with her wings wrapped around herself, and she's just like glaring to the ground. She seems lost in thought.
Shikon is only outside because he was worried about her and didn't want her to be alone, given that she's pretty unique.
Rue kind of like looks up at Shikon and she goes, "You don't have to stand out here with me, you know. Go get a drink or something."
I know, but I'm worried about you, you know?
Don't be. But big girl, I can take care of myself.
I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. It's just I don't want you to be alone. And to be honest, I'm feeling similar like you.
Like how?
I don't know what happened to his sister, but I wouldn't have left her alone unless there was a very, very good reason to do so.
River kind of looks thoughtful for a second, and then she like looks a little sad. She goes, I'm mad at him. Yes, I'm mad at him. But he had all this big talk about wanting to do this, wanting to do that, and then all of a sudden he has a sister, and then all of a sudden he's a royal, and she kind of starts to ramble at this point. So
She
I'm just upset.
You two can
her.
you two can hear the sound of a new voice talking to the party inside. What do you do?
River kind of perks up. She goes, "Who's talking?"
Not me, but it seems someone took interest into us and seems to know us too.
Oh, not again.
Do you both enter?
River just picks her head inside.
You see a raccoon wearing pants and with these large leather straps that have these many pockets on them. Kagura, sorry. You see a little bird head peeking from the door.
I noticed this. Yes, and I noticed this, and I say, "Hey, is that at the pretty little canary that Kagura has told me about as well?"
River kind of her feathers kind of bristle for a second, and she stomps inside. And she goes, "I'm not a canary."
Is Alar back in yet?
Yep, you were there.
Okay.
Shikon enters in after her.
I glare at the raccoon, holding my keg of hellfire. And if you get any ideas, I'll chuck this right at your head.
Wow.
Ideas?
Wow. I didn't even think about making fun of her, and she's already threatening me. I'm flattered.
Yeah, she likes you.
So River kind of
Shut up! I do not.
All our steps
River
to
kind of looks
raccoon.
upset for a second, and then she goes, "Wait, how do you know about us?"
Wait, guys. Allah.
All our steps to the raccoon man, and she asked him, "Are you around this area? Have you been here recently?"
Have I been here recently? Not much. Not very much. Just spent my whole life here.
Okay, that's pretty fair. Pretty fair. So, what are you doing about these disappearances been happening all around town?
Oh, you've heard about those, huh?
Disappearances?
People disappearing at night. Some saying kidnapping, some saying they just vanished.
Sorry.
Yep.
You would know this, but the Rogues Guild has been trying to keep people out and on watch, but whenever they get to a scene, it's already too late, and there's just nothing left but blood.
Well, you see, the boss has been having us in the Rogues Guild up night and day, looking into those disappearances. But as vigilant as we are, by the time we're on the scene, there's nothing left there but blood.
Blood,
Wait, blood?
Yep, blood. It sounds to me like if you ask me, it looks like there's more than kidnappings going on.
No, I agree.
And Alex thinks, and he looks to everyone and he says, this could be my suspicious mind at work, but doesn't that kind of sound very similar to what we saw when we all first met?
You're gonna jog my memory there, Alex.
you know, when we tried to stop those bandits that were cornering off nowhere, the scene we saw that kicked off us searching for Eris.
Alar goes into thought about this. There was a lot of blood there too, and it's not. My sister wouldn't be that brutal. Well, that's kind of a lie, I guess, isn't it, y'all? But
I mean, I could just be speculating over nothing. There could be no connection there. I mean,
River kind of tenses a little, and she like looks uncomfortable, hugging herself, like slavers.
Deep in this city would be too. That'd be a grand scheme right there, wouldn't
possible.
So you wait? Are you saying you guys have seen this sort of thing before?
We can hear you
Huh.
typing.
Hearing you glitching out.
Sorry.
Alar tilts her head questionably. I thought you would have known this.
Well, I mean, thinking back on it now, Kagura, one of Kagura's first letters did mention seeing a huge clearing of blood, but he blamed those on slavers.
Well, maybe dead slavers. If that was the case.
So,
Because they were only after 2 people back then.
guys, she gonna ask the question?
Did I?
Yeah, you asked if the raccoon was a friend of Kagura.
No, I didn't ask that question.
Ah,
I was talking to Rura regarding
I
if
see,
he
I
knows
see.
us.
Rura, your answer?
I just asked how he knew us.
If my Wolfius didn't fail me, this raccoon pal could be a friend of Kagura.
Rue looks to him confused for a second, and she goes, "Friend, so he's been talking about us to you? That's how you know us?"
Not to me specifically. He's the
one that called me a canary.
Oh no. Oh, beautiful. I come up with I give people all the ladies cute nicknames.
Oh my
Rue
god.
kind of looks confused and then a little embarrassed, and she goes, "Please don't call me that."
Oh dear, we have a Casanova.
Okay, now out of character, I'm curious as to what he's gonna call Alar, Vierna, and Kazura.
And you thought I
no,
was
that-
bad when Maggie was around.
He's a rogue. He's gonna have like a 20 in persuasion too.
But yeah, anyway, getting back on track here. Sorry, it's nice to meet you and everything, and I'm sure we got plenty of other questions to ask you as well. Well, 2 in particular that I have. First up is he's clearly told you a lot about all of us. What has he told you about me in particular?
Oh, he's told me some interesting things about you, kid, but he prefers, or is like he that stuff he explicitly said is better kept hush hush.
Good man.
Also, I've been meaning to ask this. Does any of you here know Draconic?
I know Draconic.
Vierna does not.
There.
Sorry, just Sylvan.
Here,
I know it.
see, the last letter Kagura sent to us had some draconic in it, and the boss told me I should hold on to it in case I ran into you guys. So maybe he means for you to read it.
I put down the keg and reached out for the letter.
The letter itself, it does have some common writing in it, and it detailing some of the recent happenings, and specifically the fact that at the group was coming to Lundruk. But there is a note on the back written in Draconic that as you Grisura read it as Grisura, if you happen to be reading this, then it means you've met Sorai. First off, he's my old training partner from the guild. You can trust him. He's an idiot. He's a flirt, but he's reliable. Second of all,
Checked out so far.
Second of all, and more importantly, he's got. There's a
Breathe
chance I might not.
and then talk.
More importantly, if you are reading this, there's a chance I haven't come back out of the castle yet, and I probably won't for some time. If you don't hear back from me, shortly after we make it to the castle, I want Sorai to accompany you in my place for a while. I just hope that I'll be able to. I just hope that I'll be able to run into you guys as again before long. And to all of you, and to everyone, I'm sorry. You probably found this out by now, and if you're reading this, so I'm sorry I didn't tell you guys sooner. It was nothing personal.
Are you done?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, reading this, Grisura reads it aloud to the others. And she gives Sarai a inquisitive look. You're to accompany us?
Well, Kagura, I suppose Kagura trusted me to look after you guys if anything happened to him. Trusted me most to look after you guys if anything happened to him, and considering he went back inside the castle, chances are something already has.
He also said you were an idiot and a flirt.
Well, what? I mean, I may have a way with women, but to call me a flirt, that's awfully blunt of him.
And Alex just...
I'm surprised you're offended at the flirting part and not at the part where he calls you an idiot.
I'm offended by that too. What have I ever said to him to indicate I'm an idiot?
But yeah, Alex just like he says, it's alright, man. I've been made fun of for the way how I talk to some people as well, so you're not alone in this endeavor.
He never told me anything. He never told me anything bad about you. If anything, he was telling me you're all right.
He did say you were reliable.
Well, but about time. He said it's about time he complimented me on something.
Maybe if you hadn't gone on a little triad, I could have said that sooner.
All right, everybody. Well, we're here now. Okay, so anyway, sorry. I guess the question has to be proposed. Are you coming with us?
If Kagura had asked me outright, I had promised him I would, and the boss himself has specifically ordered me to keep an eye on you guys while you're here, so it's kind of out of my hands.
Alrighty then. Well,
I'm just whispering into Alex here. So we're not gonna break a Kagura out if he decides to get locked in.
And like he just kind of looks over his shoulder and covers his mouth. well, and covers his mouth from view, and he says, "Look, I don't exactly know what's going on here, but if he's offering help, then we at least won't be down one man."
Okay.
River kind of hugs herself tighter, and she goes, "Is it wise to try to steal a prince out of his own castle?"
Is it
The
wise
crowd-
to be talking about it in broad daylight?
The crowd looks at you at this, and the woman at the bar looks at you with this, and then they just all share a glance, and then two of them just quietly leave.
They're just being rhetorical. They're just being rhetorical.
Roro would not have heard that she just whispered it to Alex.
But
They're
Rua's
just
at the door, not at Alex.
Yeah, I know. So,
Didn't you? I'm saying what you said, Fiona. You said, so we're not gonna go get him?
Yeah, and I whispered that to Alex. You wouldn't have heard it.
Fair enough then. Fair enough. I'll let...
Retcon the situation.
Fair enough,
Can the
continue.
two that
I can, yes, I'm doing that now. Can I finish talking?
sorry.
Okay. So, what do you do?
Alright.
Dennis holds the device up and says, "I finished it!"
Oh dear God.
We told you no tinkering.
Well, this was mostly finished anyway. You see, you know how people disappear when Tanuki takes them, and it's kind of like,
Good. Test it outside. I come out of the end.
Do you want to see what it does?
Yeah, sure. Just test it outside, okay. That's why I just pick him up and yeet him out. I drag him over.
Good call.
Yeet the fox out.
Okay. Well, Dennis, you've got a captive audience.
You see how, you know how Tanuki, vanishes people? Well, how do you know if someone's been vanished or if they've been kidnapped? This device is the solution to it. What you do is you point at a person and you push this button, and he pushes the button while pointing it up for Iverna, and this light lights up if they're present.
I think I found some flaws in your design.
What would that be?
How will you know where to point it if it's there?
Oh, He thinks for a moment.
I leave him to think and go back inside to my...
It's not the final version.
Okay. So, everyone, you've all been given the note. What do you do?
You guys want to head to a private room where we can talk without the reserving glances to the patrons, without unwanted ears listening?
That'd probably be a good idea. Actually, well, I'll join you guys later. I need to take care of something first up. And Alex walks up to Sori and he says, "Actually, could I ask you something right quick?"
Was that directed at me?
Yep.
Yes. I said Sori.
So,
Sure thing. What is it?
Well, that being, I'm looking for a magical object in particular, and being this is Lundruk, the hub of the entire island, I wanted to know where I might be able to procure it.
Is this something that's better off discussed in private?
Well, no, it's just a magical item that I'm looking for.
So nothing out of the ordinary. Good.
Not really.
What are you looking for?
Something that can, say, for example, preserve treats.
Preserve treats?
you know what
Yeah.
he's talking about. It's a bag of colding, and there's only one store that sells it. And it's the store called Necros.
That doesn't sound ominous at all.
You're gonna look at a place called Necros.
Ah, brilliant! And he grabs hold of Zori's hand and gives it a shake. It's like, thanks. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, you guys can catch me up on everything you discuss when I get back.
No worries. It's the least I could do for you, partner.
All right. Well, See you later.
Alright,
And
So-
Alex walks out it.
okay. So, you all heading towards a room?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you head up the stairs and you got a few rooms to pick from. I'll just put you in, I'll just put you in this room here. Damn. Actually, no, let me put you in one of the rooms with 3 beds. There you go. So, you're all in the room. What do you do?
Alright.
Dennis is rethinking his project.
Brewer looks a little uncomfortable at Sarai, but he goes, "Who? I mean, you call the person you work for boss? Who's boss?"
Oh,
Basically, he's part of the local thieves guild, and their leader is his boss.
That's not really a name, though. I mean, who's boss?
You can't.
I'm not sure.
I think he means it as a title, as in, like, the prince. Does that make sense?
I mean, yeah, but the prince is still just a title. Boss is a title. I'm asking for a name.
Chances are, this boss doesn't want to be known.
That's why I'm asking him.
And chances are you're not going to get an answer unless this so-called boss gives it freely.
Brewer looks confused to Grizzler and then looks back to Sarai. So I'm not gonna get a name?
No.
So,
Hey, you're gonna have to learn the boss's identity from the boss himself. Because if I'm gonna live long enough to help you guys, I'm gonna have to keep my mouth shut on that one.
I told you.
Allah,
Alara.
what are you doing?
Just think of
Shake
yeah.
Allah,
Sorry. I was just gonna walk up to Sarai and ask him about, hey, so have you heard anything about the fires? I'm sure you got that in your note. Any clues or leading up to it?
Yeah, the fires. Your sister is the one who predicted that, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, we both did, in a sense.
Well, I don't know about any fire, but there have been those disappearances going around. And there are rumors going around that people are planning to stage a coup.
Ooh, sounds a lot more upward than I predicted.
What?
So if there's gonna be a fire, chances are all this civil unrest is gonna have something to do with causing it.
No,
A coup against who?
I don't think this fire is a normal man-made fire for a coup. It's gonna be magical.
Or it could be a metaphor for something.
The fires of rebellion?
Something
No,
like that.
definitely not.
And as for Hoover, I'm guessing it's against the royal family.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was. It was only going to be a matter of time.
What can you tell us of the royal family?
Well, nothing. Well, their descendant, their direct descendants, of the woman said to have aimed the dragon in the legend. That's probably a topic topic best discussed while your warlock friend is around.
and as you say that, we cut towards Alex. So, do you approach the store with a skull on its front?
Yep. Necros, you said it was?
Yep, it's a small store with a skull on the front. It looks to be like it was made out of clay or something. It's not an actual skull. And above it is the words Necros. As you enter the store...
You keep cutting out, sorry.
Sorry. TLDR, there's a skull. It says
Yeah.
Necros above the skull. So, You enter the store. It's mostly got jars and shells with bones and leather and few eyes that are floating in one jar. And at the desk, you see this blue pale yokai that looks like they might be a cat or something. It's hard to tell with the humanoid yokai that only have an ears and a tail. And they go, "Oh hi, I'm Necros. Welcome to my store."
And Alex holds out his hand to greet him. He says, "Pleasure to meet you. I'm Alex."
He takes it. It's ice cold. Ah yes, hello. As you shake it, the whole arm just pops right out, and now you're holding a limp arm.
Yeah, Alex just stares at it for a minute and he says, I think you dropped this.
Sorry, that happens. And with a click, the arm is back in place and he brings his hands together. So how can I help you?
Alex straightens himself back up after that, and, going to store that nightmare away for later. And he says, I'm looking for a magical object in particular. I was told that you might have it in store.
Yes, we have a few magical items. You see, this store is, yes, you can speak it, yes.
Sorry, it's a bag of chilling, or
the
just heard
bag
the
of
name a moment ago.
colding. Yes, we have that. It's actually quite one of our cheaper products because it helps with, the delivery and, so essentially, my store, well, we deal in bodies. We don't accept
Bodies.
money here. We accept, well, corpses. We do have a few
Corpses.
regular items, but, we take monster corpses, we skin them, we gut them, we take their insides out, and we divide them up between the other stores, and, in return they give us a little bit of anything we need to, do our business.
And this is sanitary.
Oh, yes. If it wasn't, I would have been shut down when they tried to shut me down. And then there was that time they tried to shut me down. And then there was that time about 50 years ago where they tried to shut me down again. Or was that?
I get a feeling that people probably don't like you.
Oh no. It doesn't help that my twin brother runs the general store.
So sort of a sibling rivalry and business competition, I guess.
In a way. But, you see, essentially, we take corpses, and, if you give us enough bodies, then we reward them. So, for example, for one corpse, we can give you a bag of colding, and, I'll just give you the full catalogue, and, here you go.
Okay, then.
And I made a quick spelling mistake there, but let me quickly fix that. Okay.
I mean, Alex pretends to glance over the catalog, and he just, pretends to give a sort of disappointed look and closes it, and he says, "I'm sorry, pal, it's not something I can do."
Oh, I understand. Just, if you happen to find any, beast corpses or anything, we take any kind of corpse, really. The bigger they are, the more corpses they are worth. A dragon would be probably worth 5 corpses in its own.
Yeah. And Alex, looks a bit uncomfortable. He's like, "Yeah, I imagine so."
But,
Anyway, I'm sorry for holding up your business, Necros. I do appreciate your time.
Oh, not at all, not at all. But, if you ever find any corpses, then, I'll be here.
Alright, well, thank you again. You have a good day now.
Take care.
And-
Yeah, that's not creepy at all.
But yeah, the moment Alex walks out and closes the door, he just, shakes his head and thinks to himself, yeah, no, that's not worth it. And he checks the bag of treats that he got about a day ago now. Now, how are they looking?
They're looking alright. Now, I'll just tell you this. Essentially, this is basically like a, it is what it is.
So, yeah, pretty much take the corpses we kill in dungeons and bring it to him.
Yep.
Alright, well, after that, Alex, still staring at the treats, and he just takes in a deep breath, and then he just sighs with a shrug of his shoulders. Guess I'll just have to keep buying new ones then. Not that big of a deal. And he heads, seeing as Necro's made mention of the general store, Alex figures while he's out, he might as well take a stop there as well.
Alright. So you head towards the general store. Stan is there. And he says, well, hello, I'm Stan from Stan's store. We're better than Necros from Necro's store. And, so how can we help you?
I actually just met your brother. Charming fellow.
Oh, yes, he's absolutely creepy and I want to get rid of him as soon as possible, but he's kind of a zombie and it's very hard to get rid of him because he apparently does obey the laws.
Well, I mean, he really isn't doing anything that terrible, but...
It's very unsightly, isn't it?
It's a very niche market he's tapping into.
Yes.
But I mean, don't... family is family, and just don't try and take it too far, will you?
You know what? I'll make you a deal. If you can plant some little evidence to make your store become illegal, I can call the guards, and, I'll give you one of the items that are, I'll give you one of the cheaper items on his list of items.
No.
Alright, fair enough.
I may not agree with what business he is pulling, sir, and it may even be illegal in some states, but if he isn't straight up breaking the law and all he's doing is collecting body parts, unless you personally have evidence of his own wrongdoing without having to plant evidence, then I cannot help you in any endeavor.
It's a shame, but you're right.
God,
It's
what
just
kind of
been...
brother are you?
I've had to deal with him resurrecting bodies in his youth, and now I have to watch as he apparently holds a genuinely not illegal store. Apparently he's gone legit.
Well, as long as he's using this necromancy of his for some sort of good.
Well, I'll see him tonight at dinner. So what can I help you with?
Yes, I was wondering what you have in store.
Well, being this is a main town, we have pretty much everything in store.
Well, what can you name off the top? Well, do you have a catalog I can look at?
We have shovels, we have bread, we have ropes, we have pitons, we have spittons, we have tents, we have bags, we have sleeping bags, we have pots, we have pans, we have kettles, we have pots, we have spoons, we have... Shall I go on?
So, just general purpose stuff.
Correct, we are a general store.
Goes without saying, I suppose.
Ooh,
do you have...
Guys, sorry, real quick. I lost power for a second, so I have to reboot my internet, so I won't be able to move anything at the moment. Sorry,
Gotcha.
let you guys know.
No problem.
Okay.
Right, no.
We're
But
heading
yeah,
back to the other group in a second, just finishing up with Alex.
But yeah, he Alex just says, you got any potions?
Oh, yes, we have a couple of potions. They're about, bless you. Well, I don't have them. I do know there's a store with them, and I can get them for you about 60 gold.
You're cutting out.
60 gold will cost you.
60 gold for what?
A general healing potion, of course.
Alright, not too bad, I don't think. We still got the 3 from the previous quest. You said you don't have them with you right now?
Oh, no, I'll have to run to the magic item store and get some of Wozturg.
Yeah, I'm better off probably just going there myself, sorry.
Alright, well, do take care.
Sorry I couldn't give you much business, Stan.
It's alright.
Well, you have a good day now, and Alex holds out his hand, the one that he didn't shake Necros with because he could likely sense the cold on it.
He takes the hand and gives it a solid shake, and he smiles and he says, "Do have a good day."
What was that?
Do have a good day.
Alright, and Alex, heads on it. Out again, and he's rubbing his head. Well, he's rubbing his forehead, and he just thinks to himself, I guess life isn't meant to be easy. So he heads on back to the inn.
Okay. So, back to everyone else. I'll let you know when you'd rejoin the group. You were just talking about how you have to wait for Alex.
So, skipping the part about the dragon, what do you know of the current king and queen?
Well, like I said, they're descended from that woman in the legend. Now, there's really not much to it than that. Although it's said that the blood of the dragon itself is running in their veins too.
Oh.
Nothing.
Okay.
So there's nothing
Okay,
that
dragons have been known to do that.
So there's nothing to warrant unrest.
Well, there is one thing, but it applies to the entire nobility on the island, not just the royal family.
And at that point, you hear a knock at the door.
Guys, you in there?
Yep.
Oh,
Come on in.
good. And Alex opens up the door. Sorry it took so long.
You took about as long as I expected.
All right, so what did I miss?
Well, going back through what you just missed. Like I said, the royal family is directly descended from the woman and that is said to have tamed the dragon Mayhem himself in the legend. I'm sure you would know all about that, Mr. Warlock.
What are you implying?
And
just let him speak out.
It's said it's rumor, strictly rumor. None of this has been confirmed, not even by Kagura himself. Although I'm probably sure, I don't think even he knows that the blood of Mayhem runs in their veins.
I mean, dragons tend to do that, so...
Okay, rewind. You're saying that the same supposedly the same dragon who cut this land from the mainland also has his blood running through the veins of the royal family.
I mean, you could ask him directly.
Bad idea.
Guys, Kagura.
Once again, this is strictly rumor, or this hasn't been confirmed. And if Kagura knows for sure, he never told the boss. although the boss himself has had suspicions before. He's resourceful that way.
So, what relevance does that have?
Yeah, enough about ancient history. Tell us about the king and queen themselves.
And why their people are trying to stage a coup?
Why wouldn't anyone be trying to stage a coup at this point? You got
That bad, huh?
Kagura, you guys seen it with Kagura yourselves. The common folk can only tolerate so much neglect from the people charged with looking after them. But once they start letting once they let people like the gentleman and a slaver like Cleaver or operate, run amok and operate, go so far as to operate out in the open, and then people start getting scared.
So the coup is because of Cleaver and the gentleman and anyone who is associated with them?
Not
No,
completely.
it's not.
Neglect.
It's not. If it was just that, if the problem was just them and them alone, then there wouldn't be a problem. But the problem is that the king and queen, Ede, and quite frankly, Ede and the nobility and Mayhem as a whole seems content to simply ignore it.
Ignore it. They profit from it half the time.
Well, in this case, it's more a matter of they know that people like about the gentleman, they know about Cleaver, and they know about the syndicate, about the Sin Syndicate and Pross, but they don't think it's going to impact them in any way, so they don't bother with it.
Oh, great.
That doesn't seem. I mean, I'm not.
You're not burst out laughing. Effing. Oh.
What's so funny?
Are you saying Kagura hasn't been? Are you saying Kagura hasn't been telling you guys about this? He's been complaining about it.
He
since
keeps
joined
saying.
us.
He keeps saying that.
He seemed shocked about it when he saw it firsthand.
He keeps saying that he'll bring it up to the royal family, but to be honest, even I doubt they'll listen.
They won't. That's the whole reason why. That's probably the whole reason why Kagura left in the first place.
I mean, you mentioned the Sin Syndicate. The better part of the nobility is in bed with the Sin Syndicate.
Yeah,
I don't.
Sora would know that there's definitely something wrong with the current government.
Civil unrest, I get it. I
So-
mean, if I was going to be in such a situation, would I also rebel against the authority if they don't listen to us?
Point being, the current power over the island, the current official power over the island, and is either too lazy to do anything about it, or they're in on it for some extra coin.
There's
Oh,
also
great.
There's also the possibility that maybe they're being forced into a position where they can't do anything.
Another question for you then.
Whatever the case, Ace, the boss, us told the boss told Kagura most of this, and he didn't take it well.
So,
I wouldn't.
guys, hello.
I was gonna ask about who would be related to disappearances. Is it nobles? Is it just regular townspeople?
We don't know. We haven't found any clues.
So there's nothing in common with the victims.
Nope.
Good sign of a slave
Nothing they
attack.
share.
It
Good-
just seems to
good
be
sign that it
completely
could-
random.
Good sign that it's a slave attack. Then, if it's just random people that no one would even notice it